If you own a Mercedes Sprinter cargo van or you are thinking about buying one, the Service B is one of the first maintenance costs that surprises people. In this video, I'll break down what Service B actually costs, what you're paying for, and what matters versus what doesn't. So I get my Sprinter cargo van serviced at the Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham in Hoover, Alabama. They specialize in Sprinter cargo vans. That is very, very important. So what's all included in a Service B for the Sprinter cargo van? Number one, synthetic motor oil replacement. Number two, a oil filter replacement. Number three, the cabin dust combination filter replacement. Number four, which is very, very important, is the brake fluid exchange. This is very, very important. Okay. I don't know how much money I have saved these past 2 years by not having to get new brakes. I used to have to get brakes more often than not due to the fact me not getting the brake fluid flushed out. That has helped tremendously. So make sure that you get that service. I think it's like $100. So don't be cheap and not get your brakes flushed. And we'll go into that in another video, how important that is and how much it could save you in the long run. Number five, all fluid checks and corrections. Number six, tire inflation check and corrections to your tires. If you need tires rotated, this is very cheap as well. I think it cost me like less than $50 for them to rotate the tires. Also, number seven, they're going to do a brake component inspection. And number eight, they are going to reset the maintenance counter. Please note, I know sometimes people may want to go, the cheaper route and, go to maybe an independent shop. And I'm not saying independent shops are not bad, but you must know this for the Mercedes Sprinter cargo vans, the 2009s and newer models. It is recommended for B services that all OEM factory authorized materials and components have to be used for that service. So if you want to go the cheap route, I wouldn't suggest that unless when you're going to an independent dealership, make sure because it is recommended with Mercedes to use the OEM parts. Now, before I get to the breakdown of the price, you have to understand when you get a Mercedes Sprinter van, maintenance is very, very important for the longevity of your Mercedes Sprinter van. So a lot of the inspections and things that they're going to do is to prevent things. And you don't want things to break down first. So it is very, very important that you take the Service A and the Service B important. So respect the process, respect the intervals with the Mercedes. I think it's like the intervals is around 20,000 miles. So it is very, very important that you take care of this because it is your moneymaker. This is very important that you have a great relationship with the dealership or the independent shop. And I hope that if you are using a independent shop, that it is someone who specializes in Sprinter cargo vans. Okay, so don't continue to put it off when you start to get those reminders, because with the Sprinter cargo vans, you would get the reminders for the service A, and I think they should start coming up around when I think maybe 5,000 miles, you start to get a reminder, so you can start planning ahead with the dealership or the independent shop that you're going to be dealing with, and it's going to be counting down every time you get in to make sure that you take your maintenance serious, because maintenance is very serious when it comes to maintaining your Sprinter cargo van. Okay, so do not put it off. All right, it is very, very important. Changing oils in these filters, tire rotations, very, very important. Okay, so I know you all are waiting on the cost breakdown. So the service B was $400.43. All right. The replacement of the fuel filter, the Blue Tech fuel filter, it was $520.42. The tire rotation, $57.95. The brake flush, like I told you, this is very, very important. I'll make a video about that later on. And this brake flush, $143.22. So for the total cost for this service B visit at the Mercedes-Benz dealership is $1,123.02. Now, while I was there, and this is very important, when you have your Sprinter cargo van, this is something that I do that I hope that I can pass on to you, is make notes of things, any sounds, any smells or whatever. So when you get it serviced, the specialist could, check in on these things for you, because again, we want to prevent things here. All right. We don't want to wait until things break down. Now you're going to have major problems. We want to avoid these problems. This is why this community is so important, to inform you, to educate you, and to avoid a lot of costly mistakes, because a lot of mistakes that people make in this space could be avoided. And this is why I want you to take it serious. So I want to list a few things and concerns that I had that I brought up to them, and there wasn't anything. Okay, so the first note that I made and I informed the dealership about was I was hearing this whistling sound, and they couldn't duplicate it. So that doesn't mean that there isn't a problem, but they couldn't duplicate it. And that's unfortunate part of having a vehicle, is when you experience a sound or something like that, and if the dealership can't duplicate it, well, that's just, you gotta wait. So also, anytime that you do experience something, please take a picture and a video. This helps a lot. Okay. The next thing, I stated that there was an oil leak. There was an oil leak on the ground, but they end up finding out that it was from something else. So I had pictures of this as well, but it was no problem. The customer. Okay, and the next thing there was a damp area on the coolant hose that was still leading to the oil. Well, I thought that it was an oil leak, but it was some overflow from some fluids from the last time that I went up there, and it's just started to trickle down. So they cleaned it up and tried to find any problems. There was no problems. What really helps is being a note taker. This helps everybody, yourself, the techs, because I've been in situations before where I had a problem. I was at the shop. I took my Mercedes to the shop, and They was like, hey man, we don't see anything. Everything's good. They ran all type of tests. I leave the shop. My car starts smoking. Soon as I leave, and the problems came back. So I bust a U-turn right quick, came in, and he's like, wow, So this is a part of the game. So I want to share that with you. Sometimes your vehicle can just be very fickle, and the techs can do all that they can do, but if there isn't something that they can duplicate and get down to the core of it, it's just nothing that they can do until it actually breaks down. Okay. Also, one of the notes that I took was I would notice sometimes when I get into my Sprinter van and I get ready to turn it on, I will put my foot on the brakes and push the button and nothing happens. All right. It would happen occasionally. This isn't something that happens all the time. I informed them of this, and they told me that they were not able to duplicate, but did check the EIS. And this is something that's very, very common for water intrusion, and it was okay with no corrosion. So for safe measures, they put a new key battery in my remote. So it's the EIS is something that you're going to hear a lot about in with the Sprinter cargo vans. And so when you are taking your vehicle to the shop for services and stuff, I would say it's still good practice for them to check it, because that is something that you will hear a lot of horror stories about. So again, I'm not trying to scare everyone. We're here to avoid costly mistakes so you can have a great experience with your Mercedes-Benz Sprinter cargo van, or if you are thinking about purchasing a Mercedes-Benz Sprinter cargo van for your business. Okay, this is all about everyone having a great experience, making a lot of money, keeping your vehicle on the road, and not in the shop, and it's just very, very chaotic. We want to make this a very smooth transition for you, because you should not have to worry about your Sprinter cargo van. You should be focused more on continuously generating more revenue for your business so you could live a very, very fruitful life. Now, here are some of the inspections that they did with the Sprinter B, and they did a brake pad and rotor wear. My left front pad thickness and my right front pad thickness with the front rotors is over 50%. The left and right was 8 millimeters. The brake left rear pad thickness, they were both 8 millimeters. The rear rotors over 50%. The tire tread depths, 7 millimeters for left and right, and for the rear left and right it was 5. All right. They did a set tire pressure to factory specifications. It's been a long one, y'all. And everything was okay with the tire pressure. They inspected the horn. The horn operates well. The battery condition, it cleared. Battery cables and connection, everything was cleared on that. Headlights, tail lights, turn signals, brake lights, the hazard warning light service reminder, the FSS check, engine oil check. They also going to do a transmission oil check. And I passed both of those as well. The brake fluid check, windshield wiper fluid, the coolant check, power steering fluid, transmission performance, that was cleared. Condition of wiper blades and washer operations, check. Condition of the windshield, condition of the engine mounts, condition of the drive belts, condition of the steering pump, line hoses, HVAC temperature and fan speed, condition of the radiator hoses, heater hoses and coolants, condition of the suspension, ball joints, control arms, and steering linkage. The condition of the drive axle, boots, drive shaft, the flex disc, and U-joints. The condition of the shock struts and automatic leveling systems. The condition of the exhaust and the fuel lines. So all of these were checked and everything was good on this visit to the dealership. Also, another thing that happened while I was at the dealership, even though they do these inspections and stuff like that, like I told you about the lights, as I was leaving, I had a brake light go out, and that was fine. They replaced it for me. So again, you can have all these things done at the shop, but as you're getting ready to leave, you still need to do another check because, you know, like myself, I had a brake light and another light go out, and I got another one once I got back to town. I got a front turning signal light. So I don't know what this is all about. With lights going out after I left the shop. So things can work when you are at the shop, but when you leave, things can just, you know, you can just have, you know, some little difficulties here and there, but everything is taken care of. Now, the mileage in for this service, 129,824 miles. That's the mileage in. And so for the mileage out, 129,832 miles. And it is very important as well. They're going to give you a lot of documentation. So you want to save all of these things for your documentation, or if you end up wanting to sell these things. So documents are very important, and they're also going to have a report in their system as well, just in case if you need documents. I'm pretty sure you can just call them and say, hey, could you send me this information over, and they'll gladly email that stuff for you. So in this next video here, I break down the cost of the service A in my experience at the dealership, at the same dealership, which is the Mercedes-Benz of Birmingham in Hoover. Watch this next video here. Safe travels out there on the road. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.